Hey everybody, Lisa White here, Diamond Beachbody Coach and founding coach of Team Make It Work. Today I want to talk about the common misconception with being a Beachbody coach, and that is, or the common thing I hear rejection or against Beachbody coaching, which is I don't do sales, or I'm not into sales, or I can't sell anything. And I will be the first to tell you, I went to school, I got my accounting degree, and I am an accountant, and I was the same way. However, when I signed up to be the Beachbody coach, I just did it for the discount, because being an accountant, it made sense to save 25% on my Shakeology, which I loved. So anyway, my intention was never to sell anything, and I really can honestly say pretty much up to this point that I don't really feel like I have sold anything. Everything was working so well for me. T25 was working. I love my Shakeology, and I told people about it. Not even with the intention of them purchasing anything from me, but people were asking me about it, and I was simply sharing. So I think that is the distinction I want to make today, the difference between selling and sharing. And because I've shared what I was doing, like even just in my own household, my husband started to join me. He started drinking Shakeology, and he lost weight just drinking Shakeology. Of course, he lost way more of the weight than I did, but and he had more energy. And then he secretly was doing T25 without telling me for a couple weeks because he was afraid he wouldn't keep up with it, and so he didn't want me to know. So he knew about it just because I told him what I was doing. I hadn't just purchased everything and was doing and wasn't telling him or anyone else. And I was telling my family about it. My husband was able to come off his cholesterol medicine, have his blood pressure medicine reduced. And so we were just talking about those things. We were sharing those things. I was sharing how much money we were actually saving because we weren't going out to eat lunch anymore, which both of us had done previously. Because I literally will either do some running on my lunch hour or I will run errands. So that's the kind of thing we were doing. And then I was grabbing whatever while I was out and about, even if it was Subway or a salad or something. It cost more than the $4 my Shakeology cost me. So I was simply sharing that. I was sharing it with coworkers, and they were seeing me stick with it, I think, and seeing the progress that I kept having and how much better I felt. Like, I think that the changes were happening internally as much as externally, and those were kind of shining through. So I would just say being a Beachbody coach isn't about going out there and saying, don't do the icky stuff. Like, if it feels icky, then you don't need to be doing it. If you're like trying to like knock door to door or whatever and say, hey, buy this, here's how much it is, that's not it. I see people, for example, post on Facebook, they're wanting to lose weight, or they're trying this, or they're trying that, or they failed at this, or they just don't know how to stick with it, and they don't want to fall off the wagon again this time. And so it's times like that I reach out to people, and I share to them, and I say, hey, we have this challenge group. They've helped me. I've lost over 20 some pounds in the last year, and I don't even know how many inches. I need to probably track that again. But it's worked for me. These groups work for me. They're wonderful. I feel better. I have these amazing friends, people that understand the struggles that we're going through, and it's simply sharing that. Just like you would share that you just watched the most awesome movie, everyone should go see it, or you just read a great book, everyone should read it. Or, hey, just took the kids to this park, it's the best place to play, you should totally do it. Or there's this really great deal going on at the Children's Museum. It's just sharing that. It is something that has impacted my life and my family's life in such a positive way. My younger brother has been able to lower his blood pressure medication. He's lost like almost 50 pounds. My mom has lost over 20 some pounds and is working on getting healthier, and she has heart disease. So it's important to me. And so I'm sharing that with her, not because I want her to buy something for me. I would have bought it for her. I just want people to feel as good as I do, and have the success that I've had, and build the confidence that I've been able to build. And so I've simply shared what has worked for me. That doesn't mean it's going to have to work for every single person. And it doesn't mean that everyone's ready. But I just wanted to take time and talk about the difference. We're not just going out there knocking door to door. You're not trying to beat people over the head with this stuff. You're simply sharing what is working for you and trying to help others find that same success. So that's it. It's really about sharing and not selling. And I hope everyone has a great day. Thanks.